Welcome to another season of WomenLive TV. Content created by women for women. WomenLive TV is brought to you by Southern Crescent Women in Business Media Group. Our 2023 media participants include Debracia Hale of Divine Design Accessories, LLC. Melissa Ellis of Life Beyond Water. Tyronica Carter of Radiant Styles. Shirley Solomon of Blessed Hands Home Care. Alicia Williams of the Dazzling Diva Collection. Sylvia Dennis Ray of the Alzheimer's Services Center. Kimberly Corbin of Meeting Shields, LLC. Catherine Jordan of the Savvy ID. And Yvette DeBest of Best Tax Solutions, LLC. I am Ariel Shaw, host and founder of WomenLive TV and founder and president of Southern Crescent Women in Business Incorporated. We are so excited for season 3 of WomenLive TV. You can catch us on Amazon Prime, Amazon Fire TV, all Amazon platforms, YouTube, and all streaming networks. Tune in. You don't want to miss an episode. Women Live TV. Hi, I am Ariel Shaw, founder and president of Southern Crescent Women in Business, and we are here today, Women Live TV Season 3. We have a special guest with us today, Miss Debracia Hale, Divine Designs Accessories, LLC, and she's also a realtor. Debracia, welcome.
Thank you. Thank you for having me, Ariel.
Absolutely. So I want you to tell everybody, one, who are you? Who is Debracia Hale?
I am Debracia T. Hale, and I am the owner and CEO of Divine Designs Accessories, LLC. I am also a published author where I wrote a book talking about networking strategies, and I'm also a realtor, just like you said. So I do help people buy, sell, and invest in homes. I am also licensed in the state of Georgia and Alabama.
Awesome. Tell us a little bit, I hear a little bit of twang. Where are you originally from, Debracia?
Well, I was born in Akron, Ohio originally,
Okay.
but my parents decided to relocate here when I was only 1 year old. So,
Awesome.
Atlanta, Georgia Peach.
All right. Awesome. So do you have a family? Tell us a little bit about how your family plays a role into you being an entrepreneur.
Well, I'm very close to my mom and dad, very, very close to my parents. They play a huge role in my everyday life. Being an entrepreneur and, just having multiple streams of income, my day is very busy. I start at 6 o'clock in the morning, and I usually go until 10 p.m. That is my shut-off time. I've been very blessed to have a supportive husband who supports me in everything that I do. And I have 2 beautiful little girls. I'm going to call them divas. Kendall is 6 years old, and Kennedy, my oldest daughter, is 9. My 6-year-old is autistic, so our day is very busy because after school she has therapy, and we have therapy Monday through Friday. So for me, having a DMO, which means a daily method of operation, is very important and very vital in my life. That way I know how to move, when to move, what are the expectations for me doing each every day and every single week. So we're busy.
So that's amazing. So what I'm hearing is your schedule is very important.
Yes.
And so you mentioned that you have an autistic daughter.
Yes.
Did that play a role into you going into entrepreneurship?
Well, I had started entrepreneurship before, but I can tell you this. I'm so grateful for God and that God knows all things, especially when it concerns me, Debracia. I was able to retire by being an entrepreneur. We were really moving, we were growing, and things were just taking a turn all the way up. And so being a professional educational counselor, actually a formal counselor, I was able to retire before I even knew that my daughter was autistic. So before she was properly diagnosed, I had just came off my job that summer.
Oh, wow. So you retired out of education.
Yes, 17 years, 3 degrees.
Wow.
Yes.
Okay. So tell us a little bit about what that transition was. So you were a counselor. Tell us a little bit about that.
Well, I love education. I feel that it's something that will always be a part of who I am. So I value teachers, I value principals, I value everything that goes on in the educational field. 17 years of experience, 3 degrees. But becoming an entrepreneur, you have to learn and you have to grow and you have to open your mindset up because it's totally different from what I always knew. I grew up with the traditional, you're going to go to college, you're going to get a good job, you're going to work that job for 25 to 30 years, and then you're going to retire. But God had a different plan for me. When I got ready to actually leave, it took a lot of prayer because I wanted to know, is this what God has for me? Also, it was something new. So I was like, I don't know what this is going to look like, but I trust God's vision for my life. My husband said, leave. He was like, hey, I see what entrepreneurship is doing for you. You don't have to stay. But he also said, take your time and make up your mind.
That's good.
And when I knew, I knew.
That is amazing. Well, you mentioned your divas. I wouldn't expect anything less for you to have girls that are divas because you're a diva yourself.
Thank you.
I do want to ask, how has having a supportive husband played? Because it sounds like that is very key with your success.
My husband, Will Hill, he keeps me balanced. There's our days where I'm up, there's our days where I am down. But he brings that calmness to me. I'm more like a extrovert. I'm more like that storm coming through, and he's very calm. So I can appreciate his balance. I also can appreciate his advice because there are some things that we need to discuss. How am I going to move forward? Or what do you think about this? And he's there to give me his perspective, but to support me through it and give me ideas. Some things he's really better at than I am. And so his expertise and his strategies sometimes work better for me than my own. So I think I know that husbands play a major part in what I am able to do in just being a successful businesswoman.
Do you have any advice for women who are looking to get into entrepreneurship? What's your advice for them?
First, I would say pray about everything. Pray about, is this for you? Pray about timing. Timing is very important. Take time to really reflect about what are you passionate about. Sometimes we start looking at what other people are doing and then we're like, oh, I want to do this. I think I can. Is that who I am? Take time and reflect on who are you? What do you love? What are you strong at? What is a natural gift that's already lying with you? And then don't be scared to take the jump. Like, get out there on the boat and just leap. Take the jump. Sometimes fear will allow us to talk ourselves out of doing things that we are destined to do. So I just say get out there and take the leap. And if you fall down, get right back up and just keep on moving. Because you're going to have some trials and tribulations. But the thing that I love about women in general, we have that perseverance. Whether you know it or not, it is in us. And we are already destined for greatness. So go for it.
Absolutely. That's amazing advice. That's the resiliency. Yes. I think that's very important when it comes to entrepreneurship or life, period.
Yes.
Because you will be knocked down, but the key is, again, getting back up. Sounds like you are a woman of faith. Talk to us about being that woman of faith and how that is important and key in your life.
So for me, Aria, I'll be honest. I am goal-driven, but it starts with my inner self first. I'm not looking out externally to see what is going to motivate me. It comes here. It comes through prayer. It comes through meditation. And so one thing that I think everybody should do every day is take time for yourself to pray and meditate. I know earlier on I said I have a long day, so it's very important that I get up and have my time with God, because if something is coming through that day, He may already prepare me for the morning to be able to help me get through whatever is coming.
That's good.
And to do it in a sense of His character. What am I displaying? Not Debracia all the time, but what is it that I need to display as a godly woman? I was brought up in the church. I have a praying family, and we do believe by walking by faith and not by sight.
Debracia, when do you take time for Debracia?
That's a good question. So there are things that I do love. Working out. Working out is something that I take time to do. I make sure I'm in the gym 3 days a week. My health is important.
Wow.
Yes.
Wait, so you're getting... So you're putting that on your schedule, I'm assuming.
Yes,
okay.
that's on my schedule.
And that's important because if it's on the schedule, it gets done.
That's right. And honestly, I used to be a former competitor. I used to do figure competitions.
Oh, wow.
And I used to teach boot camps.
Look at that. I never knew that.
Before
Wow.
babies. And so working out makes me feel good. It also helps me to release stress. And it's just
And
that
those
time.
endorphins.
Yes. That's my time. So I try to work out at least 3 days a week. Ariel, you know I love to dance and I love to roller skate.
Well, see, I know that, but you didn't tell everybody else that.
Let me tell you all, I love to dance and roller skate. I love music. Dancing makes me happy. Music just gets me excited and going. But I do try to plan the weekends to have downtime to do family things and to do things for me and with my husband. So church or movies, a spa day, just those little things, because I think self-care is so important when you are a businesswoman, because we're always on the go and there are times when we don't take time just for us. So I make sure I work that in.
That is so important. I think over the past year or two, there's been a lot more focus, especially after the pandemic, to focus a little bit more on us. As women, we're wearing so many hats.
Yes.
And just being able to manage that is very, very important. So I do want to give you an opportunity. Is there anything else that we need to know or we should know about Debracia Hale?
Yes. I would like to say that I love people. I am passionate about people, educating people, helping people get to their highest level of potential. One thing that everything I talked about concerns is how can I help you be better? If it's walking you through a transaction on the home buying process, I think that is so important that we understand the process, whether we're buying a home or listing a home. Being the owner of Divine Designs, helping you to accessorize yourself so that you feel your best and that you look your best. Writing a book is able to help people understand different strategies that they can utilize to get to where they want to go. So everything I do is always to help someone else. And if God can continue to use me and show me that vision, that's what I always want to do. I want you to walk away smiling and feeling good about yourself.
Well, Debracia, I'll tell you, it has been an absolute pleasure getting to know more about Debracia T. Hale. Tell everyone, how do they find you?
Okay, thank you. You can find me at Debracia Tony Hale on Facebook. I am also on TikTok as That Diva D, dancing and roller skating. And you can find me on Instagram at Miss D and the number 0. That's how I can be reached. Also, you can call me. My number is 334-538-6168. If you have any questions at all, I'll be there.
Awesome. And thank you again, Debracia, for joining us at WomenLive TV. I am Ariel Shaw. We will be right back with our next guest, Tyronica Carter.
Hi, my name is Tyronica Carter. Welcome to Radiant Styles Jewelry, where fashion and affordability radiates the jewel in you.
As the owner of Radiant Styles Jewelry, Tyronica offers affordable, fashionable accessories that are aligned with the ever-trending styles of today. She loves helping women and men feel and look their best in stylish accessories. As a team leader, Tyronica enjoys helping others begin their journey to success by joining her team and becoming their own boss. Since joining her growing company, she now leads a team of over 127,000 consultants and holds the second highest rank in the company. She has earned numerous free trips and other accolades and titles on her journey. She is proud to add author to the list of recent accomplishments. Tyronica strives to inspire, teach, and help others along the journey of entrepreneurship.
Follow me on all social media platforms and visit my website at radiantstylesjewelry2.com. Let's get you radiantly beautiful and get you started on your journey to becoming your own boss.
Hello, my name is Sylvia Dennis Ray. I am a caregiver and I am the Executive Director of the Alzheimer's Services Center. My journey started back in 2003 when my mom suffered from a ruptured aneurysm and it left her with dementia. Soon after, I became her primary caregiver. And that's when I realized the need for being involved with Alzheimer's and people who suffer from other related dementias. Clayton County Senior Services care for their seniors so much that they have partnered with us to develop a program that Clayton County residents can receive assistance with attending out-of-home day respite at the Alzheimer's Services Center. You can help us by volunteering or becoming a sponsor at any of our upcoming fundraisers. Visit our website at www.ascga.org. You can also follow us on our social media channels, Facebook and Instagram at ASC Morrow.
And welcome back to WomenLive TV. And we have today a special guest, Miss Tyronica Carter. Thank you, Tyronica, for joining us on WomenLive TV.
Thank you, Ariel, for having me. I really appreciate it.
Well, listen, this isn't your first time on WomenLive TV. So tell everybody again, who are you?
So, my name is Tyronica S. Carter. I am a 7-figure earner in the network marketing industry. I am a 2-time published author. I'm also a inspirational speaker, business coach, and educator.
Awesome. So, what has happened since the last time you've been on WomenLive TV? I mean, it seems like it's been quite a long time, but tell everybody what's new with you.
It has been a while. Definitely since the last time I was here. I'm not sure if I earned that 7-figure
I don't think you have. So that's new.
So my business definitely took off, and it rose to new heights, and we became a 7-figure earner. My team grew exponentially. Oh my gosh, I'm just enjoying, loving. I've become an author, like I said, 2-time published author, and just really enjoying the transition and journey of being an entrepreneur.
So, Tyronica, how large is your team now?
My team now is at over 132,000.
Wow.
Yes.
Now, how are you managing that?
I'm a huge proponent of creating leaders. You know, I manage as much as I can. I stay being pulled and tugged at, which, you know, I love it. I love helping people, but I can't manage 132,000 people
Absolutely.
on my own. So one of the things that I have learned to do along these 8 years of being on this journey is to make sure that I create leaders within my team.
That's important.
And the best thing and the best reason to do that is so that they too can go on and say, I'm a 6-figure earner, I'm a 7-figure earner, because that's the only way they'll be able to do that is once they take that responsibility of training and leading their own teams.
That's really good. So I think when you were on last, I think it's been about 2 years now, you were getting to a point where you were speaking more. So that has also grown, correct?
It has. I have been so fortunate and blessed to have other people see my talent and see what I bring to the table and what I can offer through the education of what I've learned and educating others. So I have definitely been able to host more events. I've been able to be a speaker at several women-led organizations and events that has really, inspired me to do more because that's where my passion is.
That's really great. Now, what got you into this space in the first place? Tell everybody who, that maybe not familiar with your story.
So my story begins 8 years ago. I was an elementary school teacher in the classroom, and I always say, if you know any teachers, you know that we have to find a way to supplement our income. Unfortunately, it's just not enough. And so, I decided, listen, we need to do something. And my husband and I talked about, I had come across this opportunity for network marketing, had never done it before. It's kind of scary because, listen, I'm a teacher. My comfort zone is in front of 6 and 7-year-olds all day. And so I wasn't really interested at first, but I said, let's give it a try. It's accessories. I love the fact that it was an affordable price. I said, hey, me and my teacher friends can afford it, so I gave it a try. And I did it, and next thing I knew, it sold, and my team started growing, and something just came about me that I just never knew, would exist or I would even love and enjoy. So 2 years into the business, I was able to leave my teaching career and pursue entrepreneurship full time.
That's amazing. Now, talk to us a little bit about your books. So you are a 2-time published author.
Yes, I am. The first book that I was able to co-author with several other people in the network marketing industry is called Six Figures and Beyond. And so it's a collaboration of other top network marketers who make 6 figures and beyond. And I'm blessed to be one of those ones. I think it's only like 4 of us who do 7 figures in the book. And so it's just a book that talks about, secrets to success or our tips in the network marketing industry and being successful, and how to get to that 6 figures and how to grow your business to that point.
Yeah.
The second book I was able to co-author with, my lovely ladies of Southern Crescent Women in Business, Secrets of Success for Women in Business. And again, it's an anthology of just our story and how we have become successful in our own industry, and how we can, what can we share with others to help them along the way.
So you are now a 7-figure earner. A lot of entrepreneurs, sometimes they don't even get to the 6-figure. Yeah. Now, how were you able to transition from the 6-figure to the 7-figure? Tell a little bit about what that looks like.
It definitely takes planning and execution. A lot of people have a goal of what they want to do, but they don't plan how to get there, right? They don't map it out. It's one thing to say, I want to make $500 extra this month, but how are you going to get there? Mm-hmm. And what exact steps can you take, from breaking it down from a month to what steps can you do weekly? Then what steps can you do daily? Small steps add up to get to the big picture.
Absolutely.
And so that was one of the things that my team and I did in 2020, I believe, the pandemic year is when we became 7 figures. And it's just all about executing, coming up with a plan, getting everyone on a cohesiveness, of achieving the same thing.
Yeah.
When you have people who are in the same space as you and they're all working towards the same thing, that's how you make it happen. But you can't make it happen without telling them how to do it.
Right.
So one of the things I'm very big on is just collaborating with my team. We always say in our industry, listen, you're in business for yourself, but not by yourself. Mm-hmm. So as long as everyone is plugging in and taking the steps that's being, taught to them and helping them along the way, then that's how you get to the growth and to where you can become, where we eventually became a 7-figure earning team.
I think that's really important, and you bring up some really key facts. And I know you did a session and a training with us when we talked about execution. Mm-hmm. We see that so many times in the world of entrepreneurship where you have these plans. Sometimes they don't even have the plans.
Right.
But then when you get them, there's a lack of execution.
Exactly.
What do you think that is? What's the reason for that?
I believe the reason is you don't have a clear understanding of your goal. Mm. And one of the big things we say is, what is your why? And having a why is good, but having a goal is even better. Because at the end of the day, why did you begin this? What is the goal that you want to achieve? And when you have a strong enough goal and a reason why you're doing this, then the how comes right behind it. So when people have a big goal, even if it's something small, like I said, when I first started, I just wanted to make an additional $500 a month. And, actually I did that my first month. And one of my favorite quotes is, once you see results, it becomes an addiction.
Yeah.
I was addicted right away, okay? So when people have goals and they actually reach them, it's, what can I do next?
Yep.
How can I beat that goal? I'm an Aries. My thing is, I want to beat my best. I want to do better than I did the month before. And I try my very best to pass that thinking along to my team.
That's really good. So, you are an author, You're a cover girl too.
Oh, yes, honey. Yes.
Talk a little bit about that.
Oh, my gosh. Listen, I think I have now graced my 6th cover of a magazine. But this last one, I think it's 6, but this last one was, of course, with the National Magazine, with Sheen Magazine, and it was such an amazing experience. And I think it's every little girl's dream to go through that process of being pampered and getting your hair and makeup done, and to see yourself on the cover of a magazine, especially a national one. Right. It's just so surreal.
So, it's ironic because I saw someone, I think, at the LA Times Weekly, and they were pushing out this cover. And I'm like, oh my God, the cover's in LA. Oh, wow. And we're in Georgia.
Yeah. I mean, it's crazy when I've had friends that are calling me and they're saying, girl, I found your magazine and I'm looking for it. So, to know that anyone can go and pick that up and just see, it's a great feeling. So
it's so interesting. A lot of people get into this world of entrepreneurship. First of all, entrepreneurship isn't easy. But did you expect this journey to look like this?
Oh, no. Not at all. I mean, when I was growing up, I came up during a time where you're just taught, go to school, become a teacher, doctor, lawyer, and work. And you hear about people in entrepreneurship, and you hear about people working for themselves. And even as a teacher, I had several parents who worked for themselves, and they were able to come and volunteer at the school. And I used to envy them so much because I have children of my own. And I always feel like I couldn't be the parents to my children that I used to expect my students' parents to be, because I was so dedicated to the classroom. But when I first started, I had no idea that this is where it would lead to, and this is where I would be, because it's such a different world. It really is. And you think, entrepreneurship, oh, I get to sleep in, or I get to tell myself what to do. Honey, listen.
Right.
Not hardly. Now, one thing I'm going to do is get my sleep, but I definitely pay for it on the back end, because I make up for it. I'm up because I have to do what needs to be done. I'm the boss. There's no one there telling me. If I don't do what I need to do, then I don't see the results that I want to see, which is why I'm here in the beginning.
Absolutely. Tell us a little bit about how your family is playing a role into your entrepreneurship and how you're balancing it all.
Balancing is hard, and that's a subject that I come across with my team all the time, especially having a team with majority of women, and they try to figure out how to balance it. I have 2 sons. My husband, I've been married for almost 22 years. My sons are 22 and 16, and when I first started 8 years ago, they were a little younger. So one of the things that I definitely had to learn how to do was make sure they understood the transition of mommy going from school teacher, working traditionally, to now being at home. And so one of the advice I always give people is to include your family in this journey. Right? So when I come home, it's not, okay, y'all go do this and mommy's going to go in her office and work. It's, hey, come in here and help me separate these papers, or do something so that they can see the process. And I think that really helped my sons, because they know and they understand. So when it's time for me to say mommy has to go or mommy has to do this, then they're like, oh, okay, we know what that is. And listen, we see the results of it as well.
So I think that's the teacher in you. Because I don't think everyone sees the benefit of including their kids in the process. And I think that's very important. And that's something a lot of women entrepreneurs can take away. So I do want to give you an opportunity to tell everybody, one, how can they find you?
So you can find me on any social media platform. You can find me on Facebook at Tyronica Stanford Carter or Radiant Styles Jewelry. And you can also find me on Instagram at _Tyronica S. Carter. I also have a website, 2 of them, where you can find my books, TyronicaCarter.com. And then, of course, if you want to see more of what I do in my network marketing industry, you can find my website at RadiantStylesJewelry2.com.
It has been an absolute pleasure having you today. What advice do you want to leave?
Listen, the biggest advice I want to leave to people, especially women, is just do it. A lot of times we hold ourselves back because of we're afraid of the unknown. We're afraid to not be that mom and wife that we're always expected to be. My thing is, if you can think it, and if it's that passionate, if that's drawn inside of you like that, then you need to do it. It's being laid on your heart for a reason. And so just take the time, sit back, plan it out, write your vision out, and then you will find the how. I promise you will.
That's really good. This has been Women Live TV Season 3, and I am Ariel Shaw, your founder and president of Southern Crescent Women in Business. Thank you.
Extreme Fun on Wheels Atlanta is a unique and exciting entertainment experience that offers a variety of activities for all ages. They provide an innovative approach to traditional party events by bringing the fun right to your doorstep. Extreme Fun on Wheels offers a range of services, including laser tag, video game trucks, tailgating, party bus, and much more. Their team, highly experienced in creating memorable experiences for all types of events, including birthday parties, corporate events, and team building activities. With their state-of-the-art equipment and experienced team, they provide an unparalleled level of fun and excitement that will leave their guests talking about their experience long after the event is over. Whether you're looking for something unique for your child's birthday party or a fun-filled activity for your office retreat, Extreme Fun on Wheels Atlanta has got you covered. They are committed to providing exceptional service and delivering unforgettable experiences that will leave everyone wanting more.
Welcome to another season of Women Live TV, content created by women for women. Women Live TV is brought to you by Southern Crescent Women in Business Media Group. Our 2023 media participants include Debracia Hale of Divine Design Accessories, LLC, Melissa Ellis of Life Beyond Water, Tyronica Carter of Radiant Styles, Shirley Solomon of Blessed Hands Home Care, Alicia Williams of the Dazzling Diva Collection, Sylvia Dennis Ray of the Alzheimer's Services Center, Kimberly Corbin of Meeting Shields LLC, Catherine Jordan of the Savvy ID, and Yvette DeBest of Best Tax Solutions LLC. I am Ariel Shaw, host and founder of Women Live TV and founder and president of Southern Crescent Women in Business Incorporated. We are so excited for season 3 of Women Live TV. You can catch us on Amazon Prime, Amazon Fire TV, all Amazon platforms, YouTube, and all streaming networks. Tune in. You don't want to miss an episode. Women Live TV. Hi, I am Ariel Shaw, founder and president of Southern Crescent Women in Business, and we are here again with Women Live TV. And we have a special guest, Miss Alicia Williams of the Dazzling Diva Collection, LLC. Welcome, Alicia.
Thank you for having me.
So, tell everybody, what is the Dazzling Diva Collection?
The Dazzling Diva Collection is affordable, fashionable jewelry for $5, where I get to dazzle you for less.
Oh, wow. And tell us a little bit about who is Alicia?
Alicia Williams is simply a woman of faith. A woman of faith who simply loves her family, who simply loves to empower women, men across the globe.
Okay, awesome. Now, you are working in the network marketing industry.
Yes.
And tell everybody else, what else do you do besides that? Because you're doing a little bit more than that.
As someone who's been in the network marketing industry for 11 and a half years now, whoa, which has been quite some time. Outside of that, I am also an author and also a motivational speaker, where I love to simply empower women to see greatness within themselves.
So you do an empowerment, and aren't you an author as well?
Yes, I'm super excited to have done my third book collab. My focus is sharing my strategies for success. In all of the books, I talk about who I am and what it is that I do within the network marketing industry. In the network marketing industry, one of the things that we focus on is teaching you how to have success outside of non-traditional opportunities.
That's really good. Now, what got you into network marketing? What's your background? Where do you come from?
My background is education. I feel like I will always be an educator at heart. And so one of the things that I love to do is simply talk to individuals about what is their next step in life. So when it comes to my platform, I simply want to help you along that path, and whatever that path looks like, let's put a plan in place for you so that you can achieve the greatness that you desire.
Absolutely. Now, you were in education for how long?
I was in education for 15 years before I decided to walk away from my career and do network marketing.
Now, that had to be pretty scary, Alicia.
Yes. Definitely it was.
So share a little bit about what that journey and transition looked like.
Walking away from my career after 15 years wasn't easy. However, me being a woman of faith, I knew that God had me. Yeah. I was secure in knowing that if I can do this, I can show others that they can do it too as well. Right. So taking that step and that leap of faith to say that, you know what, for me, it was never about the income, it was about the time freedom. As a mom of 3 active children, a wife of 18 years, family was important to me.
Right.
And so I wanted to make sure I wasn't just so career driven, that I wasn't giving the time to my children that I know that they needed and that I desired, because I'm a mom at the end of the day, and I want to make sure I'm not missing out on those special moments.
I think that's really important that you brought that out, because people get into entrepreneurship, especially women, for different reasons.
Right.
You said it was time freedom and the ability to spend time with your family.
Yes.
Now, how old are your children?
I have a freshman in college who just completed her first freshman year. Thank God for that. So she's 19 years old. I also have a junior in high school who's transitioning to be a senior. Here we go again. And my youngest, who is 14 years old, who will be entering high school.
Wow. Wow. That's really good. And how are you balancing, and it sounds like you're doing quite well now,
yes,
that you've been able to transition out of a full-time position where people were requiring your time.
Yes.
Now you can set your schedule. How has that been impactful to your family as a whole?
Oh my God, I just feel like home life is great for everyone because now they have the opportunity to see mom. They're excited that mom is now not putting up the 2 fingers when she's coming to their events, and I'm there for the full ride of everything that is happening within their lives.
That's good. Our kids are only young for a short time.
Yes, and those moments are important.
That's really good. Now, talk to us a little bit about your books that you have out, and how do people get access to them?
So I have 3 current books that I currently have. The first book is The World's Best Network Marketing Strategies. The second book is The Mental Cost of Entrepreneurship. Very interesting. That topic in itself is something that we can definitely go into. And last but not least, Secrets to Success. All of these books are available on my personal website, AliciaAWilliams.com. And also on Amazon as well.
Awesome. And what's next? What's next for Alicia?
What's next for Alicia is, you know what, let's see what God has up his sleeve. But for me, I'm looking to take my platform by storm by reaching as many women. I feel like when it comes to entrepreneurship, so many women are scared to take that leap of faith. And I want to show them that it can be done through some of my success strategies that were within the books that I've talked about.
Now, we've mentioned that you are in the network marketing industry. How has that been for you? What type of awards? How big is your team?
Let's say I've been in the network marketing industry, this particular company, for a little over 8 years. And I have a team now over 107,000 across the U.S. and U.S. Virgin Islands. For me, I get emotional when I talk about my team is because there's no I in team. I did not become Alicia, as they often say, the Alicia Wright Williams, just by myself.
Yeah.
I had to do it with my team. My team is someone who goes to bat for me. I go to bat for them by giving them the TLC that they need to be successful within their own businesses. So I didn't do this by myself.
Yeah.
It took the team to make it happen with me.
That's really good. That's really good. Now, how are you able to provide that type of one-on-one with a team so large?
Oh, with the team so large, I've learned that there's no such thing as balance.
Yeah.
And I feel that I've learned to prioritize what's important. When it comes to my team, I try to focus on everyone, giving everyone my time, but I do it in such a way to where everybody receives that time. So I take what's most important and then I kind of break it down to those that I know that are actually thriving, that can wait a little bit. So I put my time and effort into those that really need my assistance and to jumpstart their business.
That's good. So you have a strategy for
Yes,
that.
yes.
Now, what nuggets can you share with me and the audience today about what has been your secret to success?
My secret to success for me is family, putting family first. I truly believe that my mantra is no one else is you, and that is your superpower. Know who you are and whose you are in this world. And if you can achieve that, I believe that you will become unstoppable in anything that you do.
That's good. And you're a woman of faith?
Yes, I am.
How has faith played a role into your everyday?
My everyday life, I can't do it without him. He is, in my opinion, God, the Almighty, is the CEO of my business. So my day doesn't start. Prayer is a part of my business plan.
That's good.
Yes. Thank you.
Now, what else do you want to share with the audience?
Stay tuned for more when it comes to Alicia Williams. I will be doing so much more. I have a platform that is coming near you this year, so stay tuned before 2023 ends. It's because the Alicia Williams will be in your studios, in your communities, in your home, on your platform, and on your stages to empower you to greatness.
That's good. That's good. And let me just ask you this. So your journey with entrepreneurship, did you imagine that it would look like this?
No, I did not.
Okay.
No, I did not. My journey was simply to educate children. Being an educator at heart, I simply wanted to impact the lives of others. But I felt like God had a larger platform. I was always passionate with working with young girls and women.
Yeah.
That is my passion. Not to leave our gentlemen out, because I simply do love you too as well. However, it was the women for me. I will often see women who would struggle with wanting to do things different but was stuck and did not know where to start. And so I think encouragement goes a long way and motivation goes a long way, empowering them to see that there is greatness within you, but you got to walk in it.
Yeah. So tell us a little bit, though, about your journey and what that has taken. What has it looked like specifically? So when you jumped into entrepreneurship, you said, I'm leaving this full-time position, which is comforting, but maybe not doing exactly what I wanted to do. Did you envision that 2023, this is where you would be?
No, honestly, I did not. That journey was simply an amazing journey, although not easy. That's because many people thought that I was crazy to walk away from a 15-year career in education, because I grew up in an era where you go to school for 30 years and retire on this job. However, there was a burning desire for more for me. And so when I took that leap of faith to say, you know what, there's more for me. There are people who are counting on me. There are students who are counting on me across the globe. And so I decided to walk away and to continue to take this network marketing industry by storm, by helping others through financial freedom, to find financial freedom and gain financial freedom through non-traditional opportunities.
And you keep saying non-traditional. I think that's very key.
Outside of your 9 to 5, and that would be your non-traditional, because a lot of people don't understand network marketing. It can definitely be a game changer for you and your families if you find the one that works for you.
Right. And you found that one.
I really feel like I found I don't feel like I found it. I feel like it was placed. God placed this opportunity in my path because he knew that I had a burning desire to work with women and a love for fashion. Let's not leave that out because
Let's not leave that out.
It is definitely affordable jewelry, and we all know that women love jewelry. It's something that's going to be around for ages to come. And so why not have a product on hand that is going to empower women, but also become a conversation starter at the same time.
That's really good. That's really good. Alicia, we talked a little bit about your journey. We talked a little bit about, how you're balancing family. Now, what we didn't talk about, where are you from?
I am a native of Alabama, Mobile, Alabama.
All right. And how long have you been here?
I have been here for almost 20 years, so I'm still a Southern girl. And will forever be a Southern girl.
And did the roots and growing up in Alabama do something a little bit different for you and give you what you need to be successful here?
Yes, I would say that it definitely has been. My parents, although they are not educators, I come from a family of nothing but educators who are currently still in the field, who are principals too as well. So excellence was taught within my family. To strive for greatness. My maiden name is Wright, and so we were always taught to do things the right way.
I love that.
And it's one of those things that we have adapted in my family is anything that we do it in the right way and make sure that you're representing our last name.
So, Alicia, tell everyone, how can they find you?
Yes, let's connect. You can find me on Facebook as Alicia Wright Williams, also Alicia A. Williams. I'm also on Instagram as @Alicia A. Williams.
So it has been an absolute pleasure having you today, Alicia.
Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. And this has been WomenLive TV. We'll be right back with another guest, Miss Catherine Jordan.
Extreme Fun on Wheels Atlanta is a unique and exciting entertainment experience that offers a variety of activities for all ages. They provide an innovative approach to traditional party events by bringing the fun right to your doorstep. Extreme Fun on Wheels offers a range of services, including laser tag, video game trucks, tailgating, party bus, and much more. Their team highly experienced in creating memorable experiences for all types of events, including birthday parties, corporate events, and team building activities. With their state-of-the-art equipment and experienced team, they provide an unparalleled level of fun and excitement that will leave their guests talking about their experience long after the event is over. Whether you're looking for something unique for your child's birthday party or a fun-filled activity for your office retreat, Extreme Fun on Wheels Atlanta has got you covered. They are committed to providing exceptional service and delivering unforgettable experiences that will leave everyone wanting more.
Hello, my name is Sylvia Dennis Ray. I am a caregiver and I am the Executive Director of the Alzheimer's Services Center. My journey started back in 2003 when my mom suffered from a ruptured aneurysm and it left her with dementia. Soon after, I became her primary caregiver. And that's when I realized the need for being involved with Alzheimer's and people who suffer from other related dementias. Clayton County Senior Services care for their seniors so much that they have partnered with us to develop a program that Clayton County residents can receive assistance with attending out-of-home day respite at the Alzheimer's Services Center. You can help us by volunteering or becoming a sponsor at any of our upcoming fundraisers. Visit our website at www.ascga.org. You can also follow us on our social media channels, Facebook and Instagram at ASC Morrow.
And welcome back to WomenLive TV. I have a special guest with me today, Miss Catherine Jordan of the Savvy ID. Welcome, Catherine.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
You're welcome. It is. I'm so excited to learn more about the Savvy ID. Can you tell the audience who you are?
Absolutely. My name is Catherine Jordan. I am the owner and principal interior designer at the Savvy ID. And the Savvy ID is a full-service interior design firm where we specialize in new construction, home renovation, full furnishings projects. And for those that want to work with us but may not meet the investment requirement, then we offer DIY services as well.
That's really good. So, Catherine, tell us a little bit about how you got into this industry.
Oh, it's just, I've always loved interior design. I've always loved beautiful spaces. And so I did it as a young girl.
Well, did we do good on the set today?
Y'all did good. Okay. But I could have jazzed it up a little bit more. But you did good. You did good. I just always love nice places, you know, because they really affect our mood and how we feel, and people don't realize that. We spend a lot of our times inside buildings or home or what have you, and it affects our mood. Right. And so as a young girl, you know, I asked my mother that. I said, you know, I don't know how I charted this path. Yeah. And she was like, anytime you gave gifts, you would always get something for the home.
Really?
And so it was there. I just never knew. And I would do it for family and friends. You know, I had family members that were investors. I would help out here and there. So, yeah, I mean, I've always had a love for it. My husband used to say, we don't have to live in a magazine-ready home. And I was like, we do. Yeah. But that's when I had my older son. Now I have younger kids, and they have no respect for the home. They're like, we live here.
Right. So tell us a little bit, how long have you had the interior design business?
So I started my firm in 2015, but I was still working in corporate retail. And I hadn't left. I just wanted to establish the business first. Right. I felt like I was always called to do it, but I was afraid to leave that security from my corporate job, and I made good money. Yeah. So I started in 2015, didn't leave my job until 2016. And with that, I had the plan to work on it behind the scenes, while I also was able to be in my children's life, like be there for school, take them to school, pick them up. And I didn't get that with my older son. So I wanted to be a little bit more intentional with my other two set of kids. Yeah,
that flexibility with entrepreneurship is always a driving force for women.
Absolutely.
Now you have 2 children. Tell us a little bit about your family.
So I have 3. I have an older son. He's 24. I have a 11-year-old daughter, and I have a 9-year-old son. He'll be 9 actually next Tuesday.
Wow. And you've been married for how long?
So my husband and I, we met in 99, and we've been together ever since. And we got married in 2004. Wow. Yeah, so that's my ride or die.
Now, how instrumental is your family in your business?
Oh, girl. When I first started, it was all hands on deck. Yeah. They would help in reference if I had a house to stage. So back then I was doing home staging, and that was the highest revenue in my firm. So I had to go out to properties all over Atlanta, and my husband have a whole job, mind you. But if I was in a sketchy area, he'd be like, send me the address. And I'm coming to where you are. And if I was short where I couldn't have anybody to help me from the onset, he'll come. I have sisters, my own children at that time. Everybody, it was all hands on deck. Okay. Yep.
Now, the staging portion is your highest revenue, but are you transitioning that out of the business?
And I have. And the reason being, I feel like interior design is where I want to be because of where I'm headed. So, right now, I'm in the midst of trying to build up my own development, transitioning my firm into a design build. That's what I wanted to do.
And the difference with that is
if a client come to me and they say, you know what, Catherine, I found a plot of land, but I want you to help see it through from the beginning to end. It's from conception to completion. So we're realizing the space, we're sourcing all of the product, equipment, materials, managing all of that. Construction support, also furnishings, moving them right in, and all they have to do is come in with their toothbrush and they're ready to live. So I want to do the whole experience.
Well, so you're here with us on WomenLive TV, but we might be seeing you on HGTV.
What? Yeah, speaking into existence. Absolutely. Absolutely. I receive that.
Absolutely. That is amazing. So your business is based in South Atlanta?
Yeah, so we're located in McDonough, Georgia, and we've been there in that area for almost 2 years.
Okay.
Yep.
But you service.
We service all of South Atlanta. So, to be honest with you, I like the Southern Crescent area, Henry, Clayton. I like that area, but we do travel. Like, we have clients that do relocate, and we'll go if the investment level is right.
Right.
That's important.
I love the way we say the investment level.
Because it has a major, it's a major deciding factor, you know, because you want to make sure that if you're investing in a professional interior designer, you want to make sure that you getting concierge level service, and you just have to have that discretionary income to get that.
Absolutely. Now, are you working with primarily residential and commercial, or just residential?
So, I do small commercial, like, you know, entrepreneurs in their offices and things of that nature, but not nothing large scale. Like, my sweet spot is all residential, like new construction. I will do some renovation, but my sweet spot is new construction.
Now, do you foresee that this business and your service area is going to expand beyond Georgia itself and outside of the state?
Well, it already has when I do my DIY services.
Okay,
I mean,
so you do that.
Absolutely,
okay.
yeah.
Right,
so I can do, when COVID hit, you know, that's when I implemented the DIY services, and because my staging slowed down and people were at home, right? And they got tired of seeing that same old honey-do list, and you see them on the Zoom call with that same drab background, and people got tired of it. They wanted to create a staycation. So that's really how my interior design side really exploded, is from COVID, you know?
Oh, that's good.
And I loved interior design because I get to really affect the person, like transform the person, not just the space, but also the person that's going to be living in it. So yeah, that's my sweet spot.
So give us a little background. Where'd you come from? Where are you? In
I am
Atlanta,
born and raised in Georgia.
Okay,
native to
Georgia
Decatur.
Beach.
Yeah, born and raised here, and been here all my life. I stayed close to home because I was close with my mother. And she had sickle cell, and so I just never know when she was gonna need me. And she would always say, "Girl, go live your life." But I just couldn't do that, you know.
Now, are you an only child?
No, I have a sister. I'm the oldest though.
You're the oldest.
Yeah.
You have one sibling. Okay.
And so I couldn't leave her. I just couldn't.
Well, that's important. Now, is your mom? Can you talk a little bit about that?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. So my mother actually passed away last year.
I'm sorry to hear that.
Thank you. And she passed away of breast cancer. And she was my rock, though. Like, every success I've ever had, she's always been my cheerleader.
Yeah.
Every success. She's pushed me beyond, I felt like, my limits to what I can do. And if I ever got discouraged about something, she's like, you can't stay there alone. You know, you don't have your pity party. Let's keep it moving. Like, she was my driving force for excellence. And, you know, you just need that.
Your mom sounded like a very wise woman.
Yeah, she didn't play no games. She was like, okay, you done cried. Let's go. Let's get moving.
That. And see, that's how I am.
I know you like, Catherine ain't no, let's get it. I know. And you need that. You know, you need that as a woman, because I want to be able to do that same thing for my daughter.
Right.
And I like to see her. I'm glad that she get to see me in this realm. Yeah. Because I didn't realize that it was, you can't see past the norm, like the traditional career, right?
Right.
And when you get in this element, I want to let her know, you can go to college, but you can also build your own empire.
Right.
And I want to start taking her on certain events so she can start seeing me in my element. So, yeah.
Now, has anyone else in your family been an entrepreneur? Are you the first? Okay.
No, so my grandfather, I called him Papa. That's my mom's father. He had a cafe. And I remember as a young girl, he would service his customers. He would let me go behind and stock the shelves and do all the things and watch him interact. So he had a pool table, a table set. He had a places to eat. Then he had like the little bar area where people can chill out, talk about their day to day. And I just watched him. Like, he was very good with people, like service.
That's good.
Just very good with people. So that really taught me, like, you have to have good relationships.
Yeah, yeah.
And when I was young, he made me an entrepreneur before I even knew what that was. I was
really?
the youngest candy lady ever. Like, I think I was like 9 or 10. He was like,
so you're the candy girl,
well,
not the candy lady.
There you go. So he was like, I'm finna stock you up. I remember, I think it was Sam's. I don't know what it was. I know it was like a large grocery store. So he was like, I'm finna set you up, got my candies, set up. He said, now you can't eat all your product now.
Right.
You got to make money. He said, if you get something, you got to buy it, just like your customer would. So he was teaching me principles that I did not realize. And when I look back on it, and I was like, he was my example.
Absolutely.
He was my example.
That's a blessing. It really is. Now, as a woman in entrepreneurship and in your particular field, is it a lot of women like you in that space?
Yeah, it's a lot of Black interior designers, and it's a lot of women interior designers. We actually have a Black interior designers network that I'm a part of.
Oh, wow, nice.
Right, and when we go to High Point Market and just markets across like Las Vegas, they have one in Dallas. Yeah. We like to link up.
Awesome. Now, is that don't you guys meet at the Mart here in Atlanta as
that
well?
Too. Yep. Forgot about my own home. Yes, we do too. We have a lot of events. And I used to, when I was in home staging, I used to be the chapter state president. And so we would have events at the Mart where we invite other designers and other stagers in, have a subject, a topic of discussion, and that network with a lot of people that we didn't even realize was in our back door. So, yeah.
You're a published author as well.
I am a published author, y'all. I am. So, I was grateful to be a part of that project, to talk about a little bit about behind the scenes about my success.
Now, is that your first?
It is.
Okay, but it's not your last.
It is not my last. I done been bit by the bug.
Absolutely. Yep. Now, you also made it on the cover of a magazine. That's not your first, is it?
No, it's not.
Okay.
So, in the past, let me see, when I first started my business, I did a collaboration with an organization, and I was on the cover of that magazine. But I'm looking to become, I'm gonna say this to the audience, I will be in a magazine near you, and some of these Atlanta interior home magazines. So watch out for that. I'm speaking that into existence.
Absolutely. Now, Catherine, tell us a little bit about your secrets to success as an entrepreneur. Like, what keeps you motivated? What's your driving force?
I feel like I have a innate ability just to be successful. I think that comes from my mother, not allowing me to be mediocre and settling. And so I always felt like I could do whatever. If I fail, then I can get back up, And so
confidence.
Exactly, the confidence.
That's it.
And you can have your moments, mind you, because nobody's perfect. But it's like, what's after? What we doing after that?
Right.
And I believe my family, the support from my family, having good mentors and coaches, and I believe in surrounding myself with people that's gonna help elevate me.
Absolutely.
I've always been that way.
That's
even
really
in
good.
corporate world. If you had something I want, I'm asking, how did you get that?
Yeah.
How did you do that?
Yeah.
Even if I had the skill set or not.
And I think that's a boldness that we need to see more of.
Yes.
The confidence I love. I say women absolutely, you can see immediately when there's a lack of. Absolutely. So I think that's important because it translates also to your business.
Oh, absolutely.
Now, it has been an absolute pleasure having you on.
Same here.
Tell everyone, how do they connect with you?
So you can find me on social media, Instagram in particular at The Savvy ID, and Facebook at The Savvy ID KJ. And I'm on LinkedIn as Catherine Jordan. And my website is thesavvyid.com.
You heard it here first, guys, and we're wishing you the best and much success. Thank you again for joining us on WomenLive TV.
Hi, my name is Tyronica Carter. Welcome to Radiant Styles Jewelry, where fashion and affordability radiates the jewel in you.
As the owner of Radiant Styles Jewelry, Tyronica offers affordable, fashionable accessories that are aligned with the ever-trending styles of today. She loves helping women and men feel and look their best in stylish accessories. As a team leader, Tyronica enjoys helping others begin their journey to success by joining her team and becoming their own boss. Since joining her growing company, she now leads a team of over 127,000 consultants and holds the second highest rank in the company. She has earned numerous free trips and other accolades and titles on her journey. She is proud to add author to the list of recent accomplishments. Tyronica strives to inspire, teach, and help others along the journey of entrepreneurship.
Follow me on all social media platforms and visit my website at radiantstylesjewelry2.com. Let's get you radiantly beautiful and get you started on your journey to becoming your own boss.
Welcome to another season of WomenLive TV. Content created by women for women. WomenLive TV is brought to you by Southern Crescent Women in Business Media Group. Our 2023 media participants include Debracia Hale of Divine Design Accessories, LLC. Melissa Ellis of Life Beyond Water. Tyronica Carter of Radiant Styles. Shirley Solomon of Blessed Hands Home Care. Alicia Williams of the Dazzling Diva Collection. Sylvia Dennis Ray of the Alzheimer's Services Center. Kimberly Corbin of Meeting Shields, LLC. Catherine Jordan of the Savvy ID. And Yvette DeBest of Best Tax Solutions, LLC. I am Ariel Shaw, host and founder of WomenLive TV and founder and president of Southern Crescent Women in Business Incorporated. We are so excited for season 3 of WomenLive TV. You can catch us on Amazon Prime, Amazon Fire TV, all Amazon platforms, YouTube, and all streaming networks. Tune in. You don't want to miss an episode. WomenLive TV.
Hi, I am Ariel Shaw, founder and president of Southern Crescent Women in Business, and we are here today with season 3 of Women Live TV. I have a special guest today, and it is Miss Melissa Ellis of Life Beyond Water and ME Consulting. Welcome, Melissa.
Welcome. I'm honored to be here.
Tell everybody who you are.
My name is Melissa Ellis, and I'm the CEO of Life Beyond Water Global Outreach and ME Consulting. And I'm just so glad to be a part of this.
All right. And I do want you to tell everybody, what is Life Beyond Water?
Well, Life Beyond Water is a passion project. It's something that was given to me by God. It is a 501c3. Our mission is to provide relief, aid, support, and education to areas that lack clean water while developing the next generation of water leaders for sustainability. We do that in 3 major ways: disaster relief, water projects, and education. So it's cut and dry. We're meeting a need and also looking forward to sustainability.
So again, you said this is a passion project. It sounds like a really tall order, just solving clean water, and you're doing it globally. Mm-hmm. Talk to us a little bit about how you got in this space.
Well, it really started, I was at a missions conference at the church, and the missionary came and talked about all the places she had been and all of the major problems that are happening all over the world. And I was just captured, I say accosted sometimes. I had this grief. I cried for like 3 hours during the seminar. And then it was like, okay, what do you want me to do, God? So I jumped in with both feet. I went and trained with the missionary. I left my family. And then it was on our first mission to Haiti that I saw the conditions of the people, the conditions of the water, how they were drinking water. I wouldn't even want to put my tennis shoes on. You know, it was bad. And so I said, well, something's got to be done about this. And that's where Life Beyond Water was born.
So when you go to a place like Haiti, what exactly are you able to implement there?
So most times when we do what they would call third world countries and places that have access issues, it's usually a water project. So that we help fund well placements, whether it's borehole or whatever kind of well, the water to get pumped out of the ground so that people can have fresh water. We also have, as far as a relief effort, we use water filter products. So it's a water filter that we can use right on the site. You can draw from any water that's standing and clean it down to like 19.99% microbials and have clean, safe drinking water for people. There's other things that go along with water, right? So water and sanitation, health and water go hand in hand. You can't be healthy without clean water. So a lot of times we do things like medical missions. That mission we took to Haiti, we took in several doctors and nurses and saw about 1,500 patients in 5 days.
Wow, that's amazing. So I applaud you for that work. Tell us now, we're doing the global. Are we doing anything within the United States?
Yeah, so as the evolution of this thing, I was, thinking, oh, well, we're good here in the U.S. We get water, comes out of the tap, we're good. And that's actually where the name comes from, Life Beyond Water, because we live that life. But there are lots of problems, right? The U.S. has a very aging infrastructure. In most major cities, over 100 years old. And obviously, sometimes we don't address things that aren't giving us a problem. So if the water's running fine, we may delay some upkeep. We may reallocate funds somewhere else where there's really a need. So sometimes these water infrastructure projects are being put on the back burner. In major cities like Jackson, Mississippi, Flint, Michigan, Newark, New Jersey, where we've seen major water crises happen, but it's just related to the infrastructure system that it's either dilapidated, old, or different things. And obviously Flint was a different situation.
So, it's so interesting because in the U.S. we think, wow, how could these issues happen here? So I think what happened with Jackson, it became, everyone saw it. Have you been able to work specifically in that area?
Yes. So in the last 2 years, we've been working in Jackson, Mississippi, and throughout that time, and really since August, we've distributed about 1 million bottles of water with the help of major partners and a huge collaboration. I mean, it wasn't just us, but we were able to make an amazing impact in Jackson. So not only that, we're still working there monthly, distributing water, food, and like household supplies, so basic necessities, sanitizers and things like that, things that you would need if you had an issue with water.
That's really good. Do you ever work with the governments?
Well, that is what we're working on now. Our latest project, we're really shifting because we had to think sustainability. And sustainability obviously is a long-term thing. Like you said, this is a big problem. No way do I believe that it may be solved in my lifetime. But if I empower the next generation, then that way the mission lives on. So we have shifted part of our programming to education. So we're partnering with local community churches and organizations, and hopefully the government, county government, to put these things into place so people and young kids can learn about water, solar, agriculture, finance, which is huge for sustainability, to be able to make sure that we can have the world that we want for our children and children's children.
Now, Melissa, what is the federal government doing in this space?
So the federal government, obviously, clean water is under the auspices of the EPA, and the EPA is rolling out tons. So obviously in the infrastructure bill that came out under Biden, there's about $50 billion just for water. All over. So that is now trying to be managed and getting to the spaces, the beneficiaries that really need it. So they're doing some different things now, trying to get the input of local utilities and municipalities to know what it is that they really, really need and where to implement these dollars. And they have also shifted as well to generational. So now they're looking for the next generation of water leaders, water treatment, water utilities, because people in those spaces are aging out. It was kind of a small clique of people, and now they want to get young kids interested in water. So we want to help with that.
Well, I tell you this, the planet isn't making any more water. So I guess it's a bigger picture because, what does that look like going forward and for our kids and our kids?
I would say the first thing is really conservation. What can I do in my daily life to make an impact with water? Whether that's just not running the water when I brush my teeth, choosing foods that are less water heavy, that take less water to produce. Meat is a heavy one. Even almonds take gallons and gallons of water. We don't think about that. We don't know. So just making food choices. Obviously, don't waste food. Every food that we eat or don't eat takes water to process and get it to your table. So if you're throwing away food, you're throwing away water.
So I do want to shift a little bit because we've talked a lot about global outreach, but tell us one about who's Melissa. Where are you from?
Melissa is originally from Michigan. I'm from the Great Lakes, outside of Detroit. What up, though? Outside of Detroit, in the suburbs. But I actually started in nursing. I'm come from a medical background, which is kind of my compassion, that same vein. I want to help people, really. And we had a great growing up. Small town growing up, great family. Everybody has their struggles, but it was home. Like, it was a real home. We had a tight-knit community. My mother and father worked in the community. My dad played keys for the local church for 30 plus years.
Wow.
We did, so he married everybody. He played at everybody's funeral. Everything that went down, we were a part of. Black History Month, we were heavy civically engaged. My uncle was a part of the housing commission, like the original housing commission for our city.
Wow.
So we marched. It was just being a part of the community was who we were.
Now, do you have your own family?
Yes. So I have a big family. I tell people when we show up, we roll deep. So I am married to my husband. We have been together for 30 plus years.
Wow.
Since I got out of high school. I have one true love. And so we've been together since. My kids are 30, 23, 21, and be 17. My son is graduating next week from Tuskegee University. I'm super excited. It's a blessing. It's just, I was telling one of the ladies, I am proud that they know God.
Yeah.
And they got good attitudes,
Yeah.
and they don't quit. So you can do anything with that.
Yeah, you absolutely can. You absolutely can. Now, are they following your work?
Yeah, a bit. So it all goes together. So my son is in construction science. So we look to definitely use him. He's coming out. He's did some projects for development. So we're looking to use him on the water utility side. There's actually a water utility company that's really interested in him.
Awesome.
In Indianapolis. And then, so we're looking to get him, and they've all traveled. So he's traveled with me to the Bahamas. We took water filters during Hurricane Dorian. My daughter has traveled with us to Jamaica. So they're involved. And actually my son's looking to go to Ghana this year when we place our wells.
That is amazing.
Yeah.
Now, how important is it to include your family in what you are doing?
If I didn't have my family, I would not be here. None of this is, we're not an island. We can't do it alone. And I've sometimes struggled with that, but I know it is really all of them. And what I didn't even mention is I'm a caregiver. So I have my mother has Alzheimer's, and she lives in the home with me. So I am a full-time caregiver. I couldn't even be here talking to you today without some help.
Wow.
Right? So there's somebody that had to come care for her so that I could be here with you today. So without my family, I'm nothing. I'm here because of them. I'm here because everything that I want is related for them. It's generational.
Absolutely. Now, tell us a little bit about ME Consulting.
ME Consulting is it's need-based.
Okay.
This was developed because I keep getting phone calls. People want to learn how to turn their passions to profit, right? So this is a way for me to help. So if you have a purpose, if you have a dream and you want to impact people, I can help you develop your nonprofit and get you going. Some stuff, you can do it on your own, but it's much easier to have somebody hold your hand because I know every mistake because I've made almost all of them. Right? So I know some of the traps to avoid, the pitfalls to avoid. And then also in the water sector, I have picked up some great comrades along the way.
Yeah.
So we're partnering to be an added edge for water infrastructure.
That's really
and some
good.
projects. So I'm excited about that.
That's really good. So what is next for Melissa?
Woo! Next, obviously this year specifically Ghana, more investing. And just to be transparent, because I think people should know this, I do real estate as well, and I've done some real estate investing.
You do real estate. Oh my goodness.
I do some real estate as well and do some investing, but I took some losses. And it was hurtful.
This year?
Yeah, last year really.
Okay.
I took some losses and some stuff I was trying to do, but I think it's important to know that everything doesn't work out, but it always works for your good. Like what I learned in this was now I know how to kind of approach it the next time.
Yeah.
What not to do, some things, and it's just minor things, but it's still important. So I wanted to put that out there. Like everything doesn't happen and be glorious that first time through sometimes. You really have to just kind of press in. So that's one area that I'm, working in.
Now, tell us this. How can someone do what you're doing and manage time for yourself?
The grace of God.
Are you managing time for yourself?
It's difficult. I'm gonna be honest, especially with caregiving, because that's a big thing. So it is difficult. But I will say this: whatever stolen moments. My big thing is my morning routine. Like when I get up, I'm not talking to anyone.
So you do have a routine.
Yeah, so I get up in the morning,
Okay.
it's devotion, it's meditation,
That's
it's
good.
quiet time. Like I may watch a couple of my inspirational YouTube videos or whatever. And I'm an audiobook, slightly ADHD, so I'm an audiobooker, not pages, because I get lost in the sauce sometimes. But those audios keep me grounded. And it's like between prayer, my home life, my church life, it just keeps me grounded. And I couldn't do anything. But yes, it has to be intentional.
Absolutely.
We got to take time for ourselves. And I'm a traveler, so that's another thing. You will catch me on the flight.
That's good. Now tell everybody how they can find you.
Well, come check me out. It's your girl Melissa Ellis on IG, The Real Melissa Ellis, at Life Beyond Water, Instagram, Facebook, Melissa M. Ellis, and Life Beyond Water Global Outreach on Facebook. And go to our website, www.lifebeyondwater.org.
It has been such a pleasure having you.
Thank you so much. You are amazing. I appreciate the opportunity.
Absolutely.
Sincerely.
Thank you guys for joining us at Women Live TV. We are going to come right back with another guest, Miss Shirley Solomon.
Extreme Fun on Wheels Atlanta is a unique and exciting entertainment experience that offers a variety of activities for all ages. They provide an innovative approach to traditional party events by bringing the fun right to your doorstep. Extreme Fun on Wheels offers a range of services, including laser tag, video game trucks, tailgating, party bus, and much more. Their team, highly experienced in creating memorable experiences for all types of events, including birthday parties, corporate events, and team building activities. With their state-of-the-art equipment and experienced team, they provide an unparalleled level of fun and excitement that will leave their guests talking about their experience long after the event is over. Whether you're looking for something unique for your child's birthday party or a fun-filled activity for your office retreat, Extreme Fun on Wheels Atlanta has got you covered. They are committed to providing exceptional service and delivering unforgettable experiences that will leave everyone wanting more.
Hi, my name is Tyronica Carter. Welcome to Radiant Styles Jewelry, where fashion and affordability radiates the jewel in you.
As the owner of Radiant Styles Jewelry, Tyronica offers affordable, fashionable accessories that are aligned with the ever-trending styles of today. She loves helping women and men feel and look their best in stylish accessories. As a team leader, Tyronica enjoys helping others begin their journey to success by joining her team and becoming their own boss. Since joining her growing company, she now leads a team of over 127,000 consultants and holds the second highest rank in the company. She has earned numerous free trips and other accolades and titles on her journey. She is proud to add author to the list of recent accomplishments. Tyronica strives to inspire, teach, and help others along the journey of entrepreneurship.
Follow me on all social media platforms and visit my website at radiantstylesjewelry2.com. Let's get you radiantly beautiful and get you started on your journey to becoming your own boss.
Hi, everyone, and welcome back to Women Live TV. I have a special guest with me today, Miss Shirley Solomon of Blessed Hands Home Care. Shirley, tell everybody who you are.
Hello, thank you so much for having me. My name is Shirley Solomon. I am the CEO and founder of Blessed Hands Home Care, and I also own Blessed Hands Mobile Lab. And we provide services for adult, children, and seniors.
Awesome. Thank you, one, for joining us today.
Mm-hmm. Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. So tell us a little bit about, one, how did you get into home care? So tell us a little bit first about your business and how you got in there.
Well, the business, we provide services, to the general population. Now, how did I get in? Now, that did not come about until like 2017 when I was working in a jail place.
Oh.
Yeah, I used to be working in the prison system. And then I decided to say, you know what, let me just been doing, CNA medical assistant for a long time. I've been working in the healthcare field for a long time. And then I decided to say, okay, well, let me step out on faith and to open up this business. And I did, stepped out on faith, and here I am 6 years later.
Wow. So you have a team of individuals that go out and provide home care for individuals.
Yes, I do.
Okay.
We have a team of about 20 caregivers, and then we have 3 registered nurses that goes in, do assessment, and then we have teams that goes into the client's home and provide services to them.
Wow, that is amazing. And you have a team of 20. What did you start with? Did you start with a team of 20?
I was the only team when I first started.
Oh, wow.
I was the only team. It was just me and a nurse, the 2 of us. And then throughout the years, then we have grown that we have about 20 team members.
That's amazing. And now you have the lab portion.
Yes.
And that's the mobile lab.
Yes.
So tell everybody what you do with that.
Yes, we opened our mobile lab back in December 2021. It's called the Clear Lab. And then I decided to do the DOT, the Department of Transportation also. So what we do, we just go into the client's home and do examination, take their blood, and then after that we take it back to the lab.
So it's the convenience.
Yes, it's a convenience.
Okay. And you're working with individuals at their home and their businesses, or just home?
Just home.
Okay.
The lab portion, yes.
Awesome. So I hear a little bit of an accent. Where are you from? Tell us a little bit about who Shirley is.
Shirley is from Brooklyn, New York. My parents are from Haiti, yes. And then not only that, my parents, me personally, just a girl that grew up in Brooklyn.
Okay.
Yes.
So you're a Brooklyn girl.
Yes, I'm a Brooklyn girl. So I came here in 2004, married, 2 children, and yep, that's Shirley.
That's amazing. Now, do you have your children involved in your business? How old are your children?
Well, I have two girls. One is 17, the other one is 13. Right now, they're not thinking about business.
Okay.
Just to be transparent, they're not thinking about that. They're thinking about being who they are right now, enjoying life, school, but they're not thinking about business. But they watch their mama do it.
That's right.
Yes, they watch. They see, and they're very, proud to see that their mama is on magazines, doing different things for the community. They're proud of that.
That's amazing.
Yes.
Now, tell us a little bit. You have a husband. Is he supportive of your business, and how important is that?
Yes, very supportive. He was the one who helped me with my business. He was the one who financed the business. So, yes, my husband is a 100,000% supportive.
That's very good. Now, tell us why that's important as an entrepreneur.
To have a support? Because
Absolutely.
without that, you will fall out. Number one, God.
Yeah.
Second, you need the support.
Yeah.
Because as an entrepreneur, to be transparent, you're going to have your ups and your downs. You're going to have your trials and tribulations. You're going to have moments where I give up. But to know that this is your why, my why, I have a why. I want to be what my parents, when they came here with nothing, to see that their daughter is doing something today. And
That's
they're proud of
amazing.
that, yes.
So you have immigrant parents who came from Haiti, and they see, their daughter now running a business on magazine covers. What does that mean to you?
Oh my goodness, that means on top of the world. Yes. Because the way I look at it, coming from humble beginnings to now, is amazing, and it's God's work. Again, I put God first for anything I do, because without Him, I would not be where I'm at right now.
Absolutely.
Because I have had my trials and tribulations.
So, do you have a routine? And I'm hearing you say God. So you're a woman of faith. How important is that faith to everything you're doing? Everything related to just your daily work. What does that look like?
It's very important. Very. First thing, when I get up, I thank God that I woke up.
Right.
Because a lot of people did not wake up. So I thank Him first. Thank Him for everything. And then, pray, and then going about the business.
All right.
Yeah.
Now talk to us about the Blessed Hands Home Care. What is that demographic? Do you work with all ages? Is it primarily the elderly population?
We work primarily with seniors.
Okay.
Now we have added, all ages.
Okay.
Adult, children. So we have a special program where the adults seniors that's not able to pay the private pay, but they could get into something that's called CCSP and Source Medicaid programs.
Okay.
Where you could help them they could still get the service.
Now, did your business transition or increase during COVID? Did COVID impact your business at all?
Yes, it had. It really did impact us back in 2020. I thought that we would have to shut down because we had lost seniors. People were not allowing people, and with reasons, not allowing us to go in.
So when you say you lost, are these people that have died or people that just weren't able to have people come inside their home?
People that were not letting us going into their homes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. But it did impact it, but thank God we're still going strong.
That's interesting. Now, has it increased since COVID, or is it about the same before COVID happened?
Yes, we have increased since COVID.
That's good.
Yes, we have. We have.
And what's the big thing that you're seeing now, just even in that space? What's happening in that industry? Are more parents? Because we're seeing, what I see is more multi-generational families now. So you're seeing the grandmother, you're seeing the daughter, and you're seeing, the grandchild all in the same house.
Yeah.
Now, is that something you're seeing in your line of work?
Yes, we have. Things have changed, sometimes, like you said, adults, it could be as young as maybe teenager or younger than that needs help, or mothers that just had their baby, they need help.
Okay.
Yes, we have. Yes.
So that's what I really want to clarify. What exactly are you providing them? So this is post-operational, postpartum, anything that can be encompassed as it relates to health care, and they need somebody, or is it a particular area?
Well, what we do is we do provide personal care that can include with assisted with bathing, feeding, medication reminders, go out for errands, stuff like that, things that they need. Now, we also provide basic sitting. You could come in, just sit with the person. It could be 4 hours, 5 hours. We just sit with the person.
And that's primarily if you're like a caregiver, like our previous guest, and you need somebody to come in.
Yes,
that's
it
really
is.
good.
That's
really good. And is all of this covered with insurance, or is this self-pay? Do you accept self-pay?
Yeah, we accept self-pay. We do accept CCSP, and we do accept Source. Those are the Medicaid, but we do accept a lot of self-pay. Yes.
All right. So anybody can use your services,
yes,
as long as they can pay for them.
As long as they can pay for it, yes.
That's really good.
Yes.
Now, how has this entrepreneurship journey been for you, and what advice do you have for another woman getting into this space?
Well, the journey is it's learning. I learned a lot. I learned a lot from amazing people like yourself. I learned a lot. When I started out, I had to get coaches. I had to get somebody to hold my hands to show me the business, because remember, I didn't start the business. I didn't go to school for business or anything. So this was, again, faith.
Yeah.
So to see me, and I even suffer where I'd be like, oh my God, this is me? Me? No.
That moment, right?
Like, I can't believe this. No. But it is me.
Yeah.
Yes, I am me.
Absolutely.
So when I tell a young lady or someone that always think, because they come from somewhere, no, I would say no. It doesn't matter where you come from, it's where you going.
Absolutely.
And that's very, very important to people to understand.
That's really good.
Yeah.
Shirley, tell everybody, how do they find you?
Yes, they can find me on Facebook, Blessed Hands _44, or Instagram. Also, our number here is 678-696-7896.
And is there anything else you want to leave with the audience?
Well, I want to say thank you so much for having me. And I think that's it.
Well, Shirley, listen, it has been an absolute pleasure. I have seen you grow since knowing you. And do you have more than one location, or where are you located?
Right, we're currently located in 320 West Lanier Avenue in Fayetteville.
Okay.
So that's where we are located right now. So we only have one location, but we are working on to have another location.
All right, awesome. And you also have the mobile lab,
Yes,
so that can go anywhere.
Yes, that could go anywhere. Yes, absolutely.
Well, I do appreciate you, and thank you so much for joining us today on
All right,
Women
thank you
Live.
so much for having me.
And guys, this has been another episode of Women Live TV. I am your host, Ariel Shaw, founder and president of Southern Crescent Women in Business. Thank you.
Hello, my name is Sylvia Dennis Ray. I am a caregiver and I am the executive director of the Alzheimer's Services Center. My journey started back in 2003 when my mom suffered from a ruptured aneurysm and it left her with dementia. Soon after, I became her primary caregiver. And that's when I realized the need for being involved with Alzheimer's and people who suffer from other related dementias. Clayton County Senior Services care for their seniors so much that they have partnered with us to develop a program that Clayton County residents can receive assistance with attending out-of-home day respite at the Alzheimer's Services Center. You can help us by volunteering or becoming a sponsor at any of our upcoming fundraisers. Visit our website at www.ascga.org. You can also follow us on our social media channels, Facebook and Instagram at ASC Morrow.
Welcome to another season of WomenLive TV. Content created by women for women. WomenLive TV is brought to you by Southern Crescent Women in Business Media Group. Our 2023 media participants include Debracia Hale of Divine Design Accessories, LLC. Melissa Ellis of Life Beyond Water. Tyronica Carter of Radiant Styles. Shirley Solomon of Blessed Hands Home Care. Alicia Williams of the Dazzling Diva Collection. Sylvia Dennis Ray of the Alzheimer's Services Center. Kimberly Corbin of Meeting Shields, LLC. Catherine Jordan of the Savvy ID. And Yvette DeBest of Best Tax Solutions, LLC. I am Ariel Shaw, host and founder of WomenLive TV and founder and president of Southern Crescent Women in Business Incorporated. We are so excited for season 3 of WomenLive TV. You can catch us on Amazon Prime, Amazon Fire TV, all Amazon platforms, YouTube, and all streaming networks. Tune in. You don't want to miss an episode. Women Live TV.
Hi, I am Ariel Shaw, founder and president of Southern Crescent Women in Business, and we are here today with another episode of Women Live TV. We have a special guest today, which is no stranger to Women Live TV, Miss Sylvia Dennis Ray. Welcome, Sylvia.
Thank you for having me, Ariel.
Thank you for being with us. Now, Sylvia, this is your third time on Women Live?
Actually, number
Is it
two.
when? Is it
It's
two?
number two.
Okay. Now, tell a little bit, for those who don't know who you are, and you look there, tell us who you are, you're representing Alzheimer's Services Center.
Well, my name is Sylvia Dennis Ray. I am a Alzheimer's and dementia advocate. I am a caregiver, and I'm also the executive director of the Alzheimer's Services Center. The Alzheimer's Services Center is an adult daycare center, and we also do overnight respite. and we do caregiver support. We are a 501c3 nonprofit organization, and our clients are those who suffer from Alzheimer's disease and any other related dementia.
Perfect. Now, you're located where?
We're located in Morrow, Georgia, in Clayton County.
You're in Clayton. Now, tell a little bit about, and I know we've talked briefly about this before, but tell me, because we're having this conversation, why are you in this field? Was there something that got you here? and tell a little bit about where you came from. What's your background?
Okay. Well, I came from corporate America. I've been in pharmaceutical, shearing plow, healthcare, Johnson & Johnson. And then about 20 years ago, back in 2003, my mom suffered a ruptured aneurysm. And after her second surgery, it left her with vascular dementia. And that's when I decided that I wanted to give back to the community. My husband and I have moved to Georgia. We started our own restaurant, and I wanted to give back. So the organization that I chose to give back to was Walk to End Alzheimer's, the Georgia chapter.
Okay.
So that's how I got started with Alzheimer's. And I started volunteering with the Peachtree City Walk.
Okay.
And then God said, well, you're not doing enough. And so I started.
Don't you just love when that happens?
Yes.
You think you're doing so much, and then he's like, you can do more.
So I started going to a support group because being a caregiver is really tough.
Yeah.
And so I started going to this support group, and I was like, man, we need that on the South Side.
Yeah.
Because we didn't have it on the South Side. So
South Side, South Atlanta.
South Atlanta, yes. Because the support group that I went to was actually in Clayton County, but it was in an adult day where my mom went.
Okay.
And so they had it one month, and I really enjoyed it because you get to talk to other people that are going through the same thing that you're going through,
right?
And you feel like you're not alone. So I decided, let me reach out to the Alzheimer's Association and see if I could start one in Henry County. So I did, and they allowed me to start one in Henry County. So that was the beginning of my journey dealing with Alzheimer's and other dementias.
So before you started that, your mom suffering, the aneurysm and getting in and as a result having vascular dementia. First of all, what is vascular dementia in comparison to, what we know as dementia? What is the difference?
Okay. There's several types of dementia.
Okay.
So you always hear Alzheimer's. Alzheimer's is the most common dementia. And then the next is vascular dementia. It has the same traits as Alzheimer's, but it just doesn't progress as much as Alzheimer's does. Okay. And a lot of people, how they get vascular dementia is due to high blood pressure, strokes, anything that's cardio, the cardiovascular. That's how they get vascular dementia, and that's how they're diagnosed. Wow. But what the funny thing is that when they first told us that my mom had dementia, they never told us what type. So I assumed it was Alzheimer's until I started learning more about Alzheimer's and the different dementias. And I had to go back to our neurologist and say, well, what type of dementia does my mom have? And that's how I found out she had vascular.
So it sounds like, education is extremely important to the community. And because first of all, I never even knew there was vascular dementia, and you've been on you've been in our interaction at least a couple times, and that it could also be brought on by high blood pressure.
Yep.
That's really amazing.
And what's really amazing is I always say I want to be educated.
Yeah.
I always want to know, be in the know. So just a couple of weeks ago, I found out that 90% of African Americans that are diagnosed with dementia, they're diagnosed with vascular dementia.
Wow.
Yeah, because it runs.
That is
we're
an alarming thing.
We're high in high blood pressure.
Yes,
We
you're right.
Strokes, heart attacks. So.
Ooh.
Yes.
That's so what you gonna do about it is the question. so you need to sound the alarm on that.
Yes.
I never knew that.
Yes.
So how are we not getting that information out to the community and to us?
I was just in conversations with a doctor from Emory. And she has an organization, and we're going to partner together to try to get the word out to our community.
Yeah.
And she's starting in the Black churches.
So, I just heard the Surgeon General, they said, we have an epidemic. The epidemic is not necessarily what we've seen in the last couple of years with COVID, but the epidemic is loneliness. Maybe we need to have an epidemic where, hey, what we're seeing now is a result of high blood pressure and stroke among the African American community, an onset of dementia.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. And they're also looking at COVID-19. During the COVID-19, people are complaining of brain fog.
Brain fog, aka dementia.
Right.
Oh, wow.
Right.
So you're scaring me.
They're doing research now to see if COVID-19 is affecting dementia patients now.
So you're 501c3. You're based in Clayton County. You offer a host of services, which you've mentioned. What's next for the Alzheimer's Services Center?
Well, one thing, we just signed an agreement with Clayton County Senior Services that they are assisting Clayton County residents with out-of-home respite services, so you can get some assistance from Clayton County. And then after that, this year, on September 30th, we will be having our first Alzheimer's Walk in partnership with Clayton County Senior Services.
Awesome. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Awesome. And tell us a little bit, you said you came from corporate and you also had a business with your husband. How has that transition been with transitioning out of that space to now running an Alzheimer's Services Center?
It was tough. It was tough at first because moving here to Georgia, starting our own business, the business was successful, and then recession hit. So we had to end up shutting down because of the recession. And from there, I went to Luxottica and worked for them for about 3 years. Okay. And I decided I still didn't want to work for corporate America.
Yeah.
Because I was trying to get away from that. So I decided that I wanted to go into the public sector. And so I started in my church. I was the marketing director at my church. So that was a nonprofit. And one day I stumbled on the Alzheimer's Services Center.
Yeah.
It was God sent because I went there as a volunteer.
Yeah.
And I think I volunteered for about 2 months. And I ended up filling in for someone who was going out on sick leave. And from there, the executive director went back to senior services, and she turned it over to me.
Now, Sylvia, you've had many plays in your life. the journey that you're in now, did you imagine being here today? And tell us a little bit about that.
I had no idea.
Yeah.
This was all God. It was God. He was ordering my steps. I thought I was going to be at corporate America all my life. That's where I envisioned myself, being an executive at corporate America.
Okay.
And then one day, when I met my husband, we talked about owning our own restaurant, and so we worked on that business plan for years. And when we moved to Georgia, that was the purpose of moving to Georgia, was to start our own. So still never knew that I would be in the Alzheimer's
So beyond Alzheimer's, I'm talking about here. I'm talking about at this studio. I'm talking about magazine covers. I'm talking about you, your journey.
Okay. No, never imagined being there either. Never. Just all of a sudden, it just seems like God is shining His light on me.
Yeah.
One thing I did say though, when I was in church, I said, I want to see my name in lights.
Okay.
I would love to see my name in lights. And voila, here we are.
Wow.
Here we are.
Your name is definitely in lights. and has that been a rewarding journey for you?
Yes, it has. I just see myself growing. Like I said, never thought I would be in this place. Never thought I would be in lights, behind lights. But yes, I get satisfaction.
That's satisfaction. Good. Now, what's next for you?
So
next for you and ASC. Separate them, but tell us.
Right. So I'll start with ASC first. ASC, what's next for us is to expand.
Okay.
I'm looking to have more Alzheimer's services centers.
Wow.
Maybe in another state.
Okay.
And then for Sylvia, I'm looking to tell my story, tell my journey, and how this journey has affected my life and made me a better person, more patient person. Because being a caregiver is not easy.
Yeah.
It's not easy, but it has really matured me.
Awesome. How can we find you? Tell everybody.
Okay. So you can follow us on Instagram and Facebook at ASC Morrow. You can visit our website, www.ascga.org. And you can follow Sylvia at Sylvia D. Ray, both on Instagram and Facebook.
It has been an absolute pleasure.
It's been a pleasure. Again, Ariel, thank you.
And we will be right back with Women Live TV. We have Miss Kimberly Corbin.
Hello, my name is Sylvia Dennis Ray. I am a caregiver, and I am the Executive Director of the Alzheimer's Services Center. My journey started back in 2003 when my mom suffered from a ruptured aneurysm and it left her with dementia. Soon after, I became her primary caregiver. And that's when I realized the need for being involved with Alzheimer's and people who suffer from other related dementias. Clayton County Senior Services care for their seniors so much that they have partnered with us to develop a program that Clayton County residents can receive assistance with attending out-of-home day respite at the Alzheimer's Services Center. You can help us by volunteering or becoming a sponsor at any of our upcoming fundraisers. Visit our website at www.ascga.org. You can also follow us on our social media channels, Facebook and Instagram at ASC Morrow.
Extreme Fun on Wheels Atlanta is a unique and exciting entertainment experience that offers a variety of activities for all ages. They provide an innovative approach to traditional party events by bringing the fun right to your doorstep. Extreme Fun on Wheels offers a range of services, including laser tag, video game trucks, tailgating, party bus, and much more. Their team highly experienced in creating memorable experiences for all types of events, including birthday parties, corporate events, and team building activities. With their state-of-the-art equipment and experienced team, they provide an unparalleled level of fun and excitement that will leave their guests talking about their experience long after the event is over. Whether you're looking for something unique for your child's birthday party or a fun-filled activity for your office retreat, Extreme Fun on Wheels Atlanta has got you covered. They are committed to providing exceptional service and delivering unforgettable experiences that will leave everyone wanting more.
And welcome back to Women Live TV. I am Ariel Shaw, and I am here today with Kimberly Corbin of Meeting Shields LLC. Welcome, Kimberly.
Thank you so much for having me, Ariel.
Thank you for coming. Now, this is not your first time here with Women Live TV, so welcome back.
Thank you.
And tell us, for those who do not know, what is Meeting Shields?
Meeting Shields is a full-service risk mitigation and emergency management protection firm. We are a conglomerate of corporations, so the way that we like to look at it is we are the Amazon or the Walmart of risk mitigation. Mm-hmm. It is a one-stop shop for products, services, and technology all under one roof to be able to prepare your businesses in multiple sections and sectors for any type of emergencies that may arise.
Now, what type of businesses would need your services? Is it all kind of businesses? Is it small to mid-size? Or are we talking about major corporations?
Well, we work with multiple market segments. We had started initially with the entertainment and events markets, transitioned into entertainment, the technological markets, corporate office environments, and then educational institutions. And now lately, what has been one of our biggest drivers is the government market.
Now, are we talking about local or federal?
Combination of both. So we do state as well as federal government contracting.
And tell us what that looks like. So if I was a small business, what would that look like in contracting your services?
Absolutely. So when it comes to emergency and risk mitigation, it really stands the perspective of sitting down and saying, what do we need to do to ensure that there are no holes or gaps in worst case scenarios? We have all lived through recessions, pandemics, all things that may have forced our corporations, even mass shootings, to be able to shut down as a business, as an entity, as a school institution. What things, whether they be products, services, or technology, do we need to put into place? First, with an assessment to see where our liabilities may lie. And so we do everything from liability insurance to sitting down and creating an action plan that if they're either on site or if they're offering some sort of a service, that we are protecting that organization or those individuals in those places.
Yeah, and that's what I was going to ask. So are you mainly protecting the business as well as the business owners? So similar to what an insurance umbrella would?
Absolutely. So when it comes to a service versus a actual product or piece of technology, a service would be something along the lines of we would offer emergency management preparedness plans for individuals to kind of see where their holes are in their company, a whole risk assessment to see how their businesses are being hardened to be safe and they're protecting their assets. If we're talking about a product, it's anything from we've done masks to shielding during emergency services, during pandemics, and even during services, if you're looking on that side, it would be along the lines of medical testing. And providing technology with all types of products that we have used recently in order to not be in the office but still protect people.
Now, we are moving in a very interesting technology space with artificial intelligence. How does that play a role into your line of work?
So AI is something that's it's not something that's new. It's something that's been around for years. We use it in the world of hospitality, that you're seeing robots, that you're seeing all types of robotics that are coming in, and technology that's not necessarily replacing humans, but it's working with humans to streamline things. So from where we're working in, it's streamlining back office operations in order to make things roll smoother for individuals. So their plans are now being able to be scaled out a little bit more.
Okay. So have you been able to use that with your clients?
It's something that we're seeing that if it's a need for clients right now, we're working on it internally with our teams as we're scaling our divisions out. Right now, we are based here in the Atlanta market, but now we are in the process of transitioning out to multiple markets throughout the country.
Awesome. Now, where will you be, or are you already in some other areas?
We are. So we initially had started in Fayette County, which is why we initially connected. And as we started to scale in the last several years, we have opened our operations office in Ohio. Our secondary corporate office is in the Washington, D.C. market. And we're now opening our West Coast office, which is in Los Angeles, in the next 60 days. So very excited about that.
Awesome.
And then we have one international office in London. So it has been really, really busy, but it's been phenomenal to be able to help different organizations.
And tell us a little bit, you said Meeting Shields is a portion, or it's a another part of another business.
Correct.
Can you talk a little bit about what that is?
Absolutely. So I also serve as the owner of another company called Inside Out Hospitality Productions, which is the slow transition of how we got Meeting Shields. I was sat on the C-suite with a major hotel chain for 17 years, left that side, and then transitioned into advocacy with the marginalized communities and people of color who were not necessarily getting the same corporate deals when it came to citywide conventions, television production, and any type of media and communication. So I transitioned into starting what is now one of the largest women-owned full-service event production companies. So everything from site selection, pre-production, content creation, on-site audiovisual, food and beverage, negotiations, down to post-production, and that is for conventions and conferences of up to 200,000-300,000 people on peak, and that's nationally as well as internationally. And then we do all types of music festivals and television production and award shows. Wow,
that's amazing. Now, are you still using that company or managing both companies at the same time?
So that is also the beauty of AI, because it's allowed us to be able to have multiple partnerships with lots of different individuals that we've been able to bring to the table now to be able to scale both businesses. Risk mitigation really came out of the ability with our entertainment arm to now say we need to protect those industries, as you've seen so many different problems that have come up in the last several years where emergencies have happened and people were not prepared on the entertainment side. And so we just naturally progressed from that into education and government and corporate office environments.
That's really good and really interesting. Now, you have a family, correct?
I do.
Can you tell us a little bit about your family? And if you're running two major businesses, how does that impact your family?
I'm a very supportive family. I have 4 daughters and a husband. My husband and I have been married since we were 19, so close to 27 years. Wow. Coming up on 3 daughters in college and 1 in high school. It has impacted them beautifully because I have learned that there is no such thing as work-life balance. There's scales, and scales rarely ever balance. It's about 2 of my favorite words, which are strategy and intentionality. And you have to be very strategic with how you plan your day, how you plan your weeks, even the teams and the people that you bring around you, in order to set the intentionality to spend time and be deliberate in making sure that family is a priority.
Right. So that's interesting that you mentioned there's no such thing, or you don't believe in work-life balance, because just recently that's what I heard, but they call it work-life integration. Okay. You know, so I said, okay, well, that's a new thing. Let's see what that means. Yeah. Does that ring a bell for you, more work-life integration?
I would say work-life boundaries. Boundaries are
okay.
important, and whether that's professional or personal, I think it's important to set boundaries with family, with friends, with coworkers, with clients, so you can maintain self-care. And self-care, to me, I tell people, is more than champagne, bubble bath, and Sunday brunch with the girlfriends. It's making sure that you are centered spiritually, emotionally, physically, across the board, professionally. So taking that time out for you, and whatever that looks like for you, without somebody dictating that, in order to make sure you're good.
And so, how are you being intentional about self-care?
Time blocking. That's probably the biggest thing. There are certain times during the day, I call myself a proud dropout of corporate America.
Okay.
And that was intentional to make sure that I was not only an advocate for my clients, but for my children and my family, that I could give them the time that they needed, but also for me. I knew I had goals and I had dreams that I wanted to accomplish, but then I also wanted to be present for my children and for my husband. It's a covenant that we had entered into as a family. And when we made the transition from actually Manhattan to Atlanta, we made that strategically to make sure that our children and our family and our businesses were in areas where they saw people that looked like them, that reflected them, and that they felt comfortable with, and they did not have to conform.
That's good. So, I hear a lot about being able to make sure that you have that freedom and what entrepreneurship provides as it relates to that home. So do you have any advice for anyone looking to get into your particular industry?
Absolutely. Because it's two industries that kind of work together. One is entertainment and hospitality, which transitioned into risk management. I would say it's really learning the environment. I don't believe in a pivot, because pivot is very reactionary, and I think that we've coined that word and used it incorrectly over the years. I'm a big person that's about an adapt and change, and learning what the environment is that's around you, and understanding, if it's risk mitigation and emergency management, how your role would play with the way that the world is going, in the fields of, if it's technology, where are we going as a community, where are we going as a country, where are we going as a globe, to be able to protect not only our environments, but hard shell our communities, to make sure that our businesses and we're safe in those environments. So really doing a lot of research from that perspective. If it's hospitality, it's understanding that we really need to be hospitable in the hospitality industry, and that we are not above doing the hard work to getting things done.
Absolutely. It's always a pleasure talking with you, Kimberly. What's next for Meeting Shields, and tell us how we can find you?
Meeting Shields is doing some amazing things. We just entered into an amazing government contract with CDC, where we are doing medical staffing and doing medical staffing domestically across the country. So they literally make a phone call and say, we need 20 to 30 nurses or doctors or whatever for a particular project or job, and then we send them out. And so they came to us for that because they saw how we handled the pandemic. And with regards to another arm that we're working with is inner city schools, and we are partnered with a telehealth organization, which will now work with underprivileged students, communities, not necessarily of color, but just within certain cities. And in multi-cities we are in right now, creating those programs where they will have access, if they cannot get to doctors, they now have access to healthcare at low or little cost at all. And it's a membership program for different school systems. So we're really excited about that. And then lastly, getting into event safety, which is a security division that we have just opened to be able to hard shell a lot of our school institutions that have not had the funding or who were not prepared for emergencies that may have happened, and they're very reactive or reactionary, and now going into those schools and saying, this is how we should be handling drills, this is how we should be handling emergency management in cases of emergency, and we're doing that throughout the country as well.
That's really important. And again, how do we find you? Tell everybody.
Absolutely. So if you're looking to find me or any one of my organizations, I'm on all social media. So LinkedIn, Facebook, TikTok, Instagram, Kimberly Corbin _, and then always website, meetingshields.com.
It is always a pleasure.
Okay, thank you
so much.
I appreciate the opportunity.
And this has been another episode of Women Live TV. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Tyronica Carter. Welcome to Radiant Styles Jewelry, where fashion and affordability radiates the jewel in you.
As the owner of Radiant Styles Jewelry, Tyronica offers affordable, fashionable accessories that are aligned with the ever-trending styles of today. She loves helping women and men feel and look their best in stylish accessories. As a team leader, Tyronica enjoys helping others begin their journey to success by joining her team and becoming their own boss. Since joining her growing company, she now leads a team of over 127,000 consultants and holds the second highest rank in the company. She has earned numerous free trips and other accolades and titles on her journey. She is proud to add author to the list of recent accomplishments. Tyronica strives to inspire, teach, and help others along the journey of entrepreneurship.
Follow me on all social media platforms and visit my website at radiantstylesjewelry2.com. Let's get you radiantly beautiful and get you started on your journey to becoming your own boss.
Welcome to another season of Women Live TV. Content created by women for women. Women Live TV is brought to you by Southern Crescent Women in Business Media Group. Our 2023 media participants include Debracia Hale of Divine Design Accessories, LLC. Melissa Ellis of Life Beyond Warner. Tyronica Carter of Radiant Styles. Shirley Solomon of Blessed Hands Home Care. Alicia Williams of the Dazzling Diva Collection. Sylvia Dennis Ray of the Alzheimer's Services Center. Kimberly Corbin of Meeting Shields, LLC. Catherine Jordan of the Savvy ID. And Yvette DeBest of Best Tax Solutions, LLC. I am Ariel Shaw, host and founder of Women Live TV and founder and president of Southern Crescent Women in Business Incorporated. We are so excited for season 3 of Women Live TV. You can catch us on Amazon Prime, Amazon Fire TV, all Amazon platforms, YouTube, and all streaming networks. Tune in. You don't want to miss an episode. Women Live TV.
Hi, I'm Ariel Shaw, founder and president of Southern Crescent Women in Business, and we are here with another episode of Women Live TV. We have the distinct pleasure of having Miss Yvette Best of Best Tax Solutions, LLC with us today. Welcome.
Oh, thank you for having me.
And so for those who do not know who you are, can you tell everybody who is Yvette Best?
Absolutely. Of course, my name is Yvette D. Best. I am an IRS enrolled agent, which means I do not work for the IRS, but I'm federally licensed by them to represent taxpayers who have issues with tax audits, appeals, and tax collections.
Very good. And the name of your business is Best Tax Solutions. Tell us a little bit about Best Tax Solutions. You've been in business for how long?
Well, I have been a tax practitioner since 1989, since I've been out of high school. But the business actually started in 2006 in Nutley, New Jersey. And then we came here we're now located in Fayetteville, Georgia since 2011. We specialize, at one time I was doing a host of diverse clients. Mm-hmm. But the last 3 years, we have niched to clients that are in the travel, insurance, and real estate space. Okay. It's just that I teach about tax-free wealth.
they are industries where tax-free wealth can happen. So it's basically I can make customized tax plans just to help professionals in that industry continue to work, but also pay less in taxes.
Well, we all want that.
Yes.
Now, Yvette, you talk a lot about tax and wealth because really they go hand in hand. What I found through entrepreneurship is really this tax system was really, in my opinion, created for entrepreneurs. Would you agree with that?
That is correct. It is not set up for employees to win.
Yeah.
It's basically for employees to contribute to the tax system.
Absolutely.
Most people need to realize that the IRS is just a tax and collection system. They're not there to help you, or if you're an entrepreneur and you don't take all your tax deductions, they're not going to tell you. This information that you definitely have to learn for yourself. But employees right now, especially with this new tax law that was put in effect in 2018, you have all the way until 2026 before the tax law can be changed again to even get back things like they had when they could take off unreimbursed employee expenses. Mm-hmm. It's not a thing right now. Yeah. However, if you're a business owner, you can win, especially in a home-based business.
Okay, awesome. Now, tell a little bit about who you are. What's your background? Like, where'd you come from? Where are you from?
Well, I'm from the Bronx. I like when people's like, "Oh, you're from New York." No, I like to let them know that I am from the Bronx.
Right.
You know, where hip hop originated and the people are fresh. I had a lot of adversity growing up, and I just think I just had a flair for numbers. But I remember even earlier in my business, when we first started in 2006, my most profitable client, I found out was like a six-figure earner who was a battered wife. Like, I literally helped her move from New Jersey to Pennsylvania with her 5 kids with a $13,682 refund. I'll keep that number written down because I remember helping her leave her house, move to PA, get a mortgage, using her old job, and giving her the tax returns to make sure that happened. And she's living her best life now, and actually is just like is a school secretary. So it went from this six-figure earner in this domestic violence situation to living her best life now with her kids.
Right. So you're saving lives.
Yeah. Yes. Yes.
Isn't that something? So saving lives through tax strategies. You are also an author. Can you tell a little bit about your books?
Okay, so right now I have 4 books. The first one was Maximizing Your Tax Refund. I wrote that book for people who were using TurboTax because those were the people I said was my summer projects, because those are the ones who were coming to the office with what I call the magic white letter from the IRS saying something was wrong with their return. Wow. Then I wrote a book called The Benefits of Becoming an LLC because I found out that somebody was charged like $1,200 to set up an LLC, which in the state of Georgia costs $100.
Right.
Then after that, I found out business owners really didn't know what deductions they could have. So then I wrote a book called Maximizing Your Small Business Taxes. Then the 4th book was about owing the IRS. People were afraid if they owed the IRS when they did their tax return, they just wouldn't do it.
Yeah.
They would just somehow think it would mysteriously go away. So we're like, oh no, we need you to send in those returns because they have penalties, which is called failure to file. Yeah. And if you even 60 days late with that tax return, that failure to file penalty starts at $435. That's on top of what you already owe. But now, since the article has came out in the New York Times about how the IRS may be disparaging to people of color, minorities in general, when it comes to audits, I am writing a book that's going to discuss how to navigate the IRS as a minority, because there is a difference when they audit you. There's also a difference on how they handle enrolled agents such as myself, people of color and people who are not, and what they ask for and how they handle you. And it is a thing. So basically how to navigate that system. So if you are in the audit, if you happen to be in the audit space, how to get ready before the audit, how to go through the audit. And if you do not like what is going on, at any time you can ask to have an appeal or make your any like, hey, I think this guy is just asking for all this information for no reason, you can make those disapprovals known. Yeah, you can make claims. And even if all else fails and they say, hey, we're going to disallow all of these deductions, you can appeal. A lot of people just think once the IRS says no, that's it. No, we have an appeals process. You have a tax court process. If Beyonce can go to tax court, you can go to tax court too.
Well, listen, that's exactly where my head went exactly, because I said, wait a minute. I think Beyonce was just in all of media saying how she is appealing, and she had no shame about that. So if someone of that stature, who's first of all getting media attention for something that I think is kind of personal, then we can do it too. Now, is that something that you help with?
Yes. So that is my background. My background is in forensic accounting. For 15 years, I was controller of a $20 million budget. You also have to unpack if people are doing fraud within the area. When I first started, I was working for New York City Transit. There's a department called Special Investigation Review where we actually investigate employees who are committing crimes as employees of New York City Transit.
Wow.
So you do a lot of investigating. I mean, even times where we would go undercover to find out things that were going on. Then I started working for another company in New Jersey. They work by contract, named Bombardier, which is now, they're no longer in existence. They're a new company now. But as a controller, just knowing where the money is at and knowing that if someone is not doing what they're supposed to do through internal controls, through audits, and then I just, like I said, I love numbers. And then I was like, okay, well, if I become an IRS enrolled agent, I can literally help taxpayers unpack, because sometimes they are taken advantage of by unscrupulous tax professionals. It's the thing. And it's not just people who they feel like is what they call unenrolled. No, there's certified public accountants, there are lawyers, and there are other enrolled agents that doing shady tax business.
Wow.
So you need to be able to represent these people who probably don't know all of a sudden that you was a single person who were going to people and was getting a $2,000 refund. And then all of a sudden you went to that guy or that girl, and this refund mysteriously turned into $20,000. And you just thought they were just doing, oh, they must be just the best accountant in the world. No, they was running a scam, and you're gonna pay. Because as soon as you sign the return, you're responsible.
Wow. Okay. So, you know, no one likes talking about the IRS. I mean, no one. You know, but I know we have to deal with them. I mean, there's no way around that. As small businesses, what do you think is the advice that you would give small businesses? You wrote a book about it. Tell us a little bit.
Keep all your receipts.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, so please know, when you are audited, you are guilty until proven innocent.
Wow.
And there are IRS rules, like there's one about business meals. Oh, if you have a business meal that's under $75, you don't have to keep the receipt until you're audited. And they're not having you have time to be unpacking bank statements, all of this. Like even in this space where we just had 2 years of 100% meal deductions, as long as it's in a restaurant. How can I prove if it was in a restaurant if I don't have the receipt? But most small business owners lose their audits because they do not keep good records. They just don't. And even with unpacking the Beyonce situation, looking at the fact that most of the things was they were saying they were unsubstantiated. I always say documentation beats conversation. If you keep the receipts, there's no reason for us to have a conversation because you can see it.
Right.
So that means whoever was Beyonce's receipt keeper wasn't doing their job. Because it was one thing on there that was glaring to me was her management fees. That means someone had to send you an invoice for you to pay that fee.
Correct.
What do you mean I can't find an invoice that I paid? How did I pay them?
That
means somebody's not keeping receipts. If I go out to dinner, I'm pretty sure Beyonce is not swiping her black card. She has somebody with her. That means somebody was swiping the card. Where's the receipt? I said the receipt keeper was not doing their job.
Whew. And that's something. So So listen, you have strategies to wealth. You have, and that's really understanding the tax code in the U.S., which again, I strongly believe, and if people really pay attention, it truly is not set up for you to be an employee. No. You will not maximize your best. You end up paying way more in taxes just being an employee.
Yes.
Yeah. Isn't that crazy?
No.
That's just the way it is.
No, we just live in a capitalist society. You need workers, and there's people who just want to be workers, and that is okay.
Yeah.
But me, I'm like, okay, if you just want to have a job and you do not want to be an entrepreneur, because entrepreneurship is not for the weak. It's not. So let's go into the real estate space. Yeah. Let's get some rental properties.
Yep.
You can start a Turo business. It had anywhere you can make other passive income because you need multiple streams of income. That is a necessity. That's not a luxury. That's a necessity. And if the pandemic didn't teach you anything about that,
should have taught you.
Yeah, you should know. You don't have to have 3 jobs because you're only going to pay more tax. So let's get a rental property, something that you can leave and pass on to your kids. Because I don't even care if you're a president of a company, you can't give that job to your kids.
Absolutely. And she has spoken. Listen, I mean, it is what it is. Yvette absolutely knows best. So if people are wanting to work with you and say, hey, I need to sit with you so I can develop the best tax strategy so I can leave whatever to my youth, so I don't have to pay as much in taxes. How do we do that?
Okay, so the first process of meeting with me is that all new clients are screened because everybody is not my client and I do get to pick them. So usually they will call the office at 770-461-4829 and schedule a free tax talk. It's 10 minutes. You tell me your situation. I tell you how I can solve it. And we see if we can work with one another. Once that happens, we have a secure portal that we put people into. And then this is where you would upload your documents, where we would send your invoice, where we basically onboard the client. And then you have to be open to the fact that we are going to be talking throughout the year. That is mandatory. You cannot be my client and only speak to me once a year. It's not going to work. So you have to be ready to say, hey, I really invested in my business. I want to be able to be coached and tax-wise in my business because we're probably going to be meeting anywhere from 2 to 4 times a year.
So tell everybody, how do they find you on social media?
Well, on social media, on Instagram, it's Yvette Knows Best. That's my trademark. If on Facebook, you can look up Yvette D Best. My picture's there. You can become my friend. The business also has its own page, which is Best Tax Solutions. And I work a lot in LinkedIn. So please reach out to me on LinkedIn because I post a lot of information there as well.
Awesome. Well, it is always a pleasure having you. Talking to you, I learn something new every day. And thank you again for joining us at WomenLive TV. I am Ariel Shaw, founder and president of Southern Crescent Women in Business, and this has been WomenLive TV.
Hello, my name is Sylvia Dennis Ray. I am a caregiver, and I am the executive director of the Alzheimer's Services Center. My journey started back in 2003 when my mom suffered from a ruptured aneurysm and it left her with dementia. Soon after, I became her primary caregiver. And that's when I realized the need for being involved with Alzheimer's and people who suffer from other related dementias. Clayton County Senior Services care for their seniors so much that they have partnered with us to develop a program that Clayton County residents can receive assistance with attending out-of-home day respite at the Alzheimer's Services Center. You can help us by volunteering or becoming a sponsor at any of our upcoming fundraisers. Visit our website at www.ascga.org. You can also follow us on our social media channels, Facebook and Instagram at ASC Morrow.
Extreme Fun on Wheels Atlanta is a unique and exciting entertainment experience that offers a variety of activities for all ages. They provide an innovative approach to traditional party events by bringing the fun right to your doorstep. Extreme Fun on Wheels offers a range of services, including laser tag, video game trucks, tailgating, party bus, and much more. Their team, highly experienced in creating memorable experiences for all types of events, including birthday parties, corporate events, and team building activities. With their state-of-the-art equipment and experienced team, they provide an unparalleled level of fun and excitement that will leave their guests talking about their experience long after the event is over. Whether you're looking for something unique for your child's birthday party or a fun-filled activity for your office retreat, Extreme Fun on Wheels Atlanta has got you covered. They are committed to providing exceptional service and delivering unforgettable experiences that will leave everyone wanting more.
Hi, my name is Tyronica Carter. Welcome to Radiant Styles Jewelry, where fashion and affordability radiates the jewel in you.
As the owner of Radiant Styles Jewelry, Tyronica offers affordable, fashionable accessories that are aligned with the ever-trending styles of today. She loves helping women and men feel and look their best in stylish accessories. As a team leader, Tyronica enjoys helping others begin their journey to success by joining her team and becoming their own boss. Since joining her growing company, she now leads a team of over 127,000 consultants and holds the second highest rank in the company. She has earned numerous free trips and other accolades and titles on her journey. She is proud to add author to the list of recent accomplishments. Tyronica strives to inspire, teach, and help others along the journey of entrepreneurship.
Follow me on all social media platforms and visit my website at radiantstylesjewelry2.com. Let's get you radiantly beautiful and get you started on your journey to becoming your own boss.